Okay, so I want to talk about something that you brought up not too long ago in an email that you sent me, dude. And honest to God, it may be a thing, but it's the first time I've ever heard of it. You said, in some way, shape, or form, I'm sure you'll word it correctly, but you mentioned something about, do you think that we should, fans should tip local bands or independent bands? I mean, did I say that right?
Absolutely, man. I think it's an interesting question, and one that a lot of fans haven't really come to grips with, the fact that these bands are essentially losing money every time they come out. They're not that different than your server at the restaurant, who, if all they get is their way that the venue pays them, they're going home in the red. What bands hope to do generally is set up their merch table and sell to make up that difference. Brian, I saw Unleash the Archers late last year. I was so impressed with them. Brittany Slays, her voice is amazing. One of the greatest metal singers I've ever heard.
Rub it in, Dick. You know I didn't get to go see that. Damn it.
That's all on you, dude.
All right, go ahead.
The moment that show was over, she immediately left the stage, ran to the merch booth to begin selling T-shirts, CDs, posters. I hung back and talked to some folks, and by the time I got to her, I kind of felt bad because she obviously seemed worn out.
Yeah.
Our podcast is certainly a proponent of supporting bands by buying the music and buying merchandise, but I just wonder if beyond that, there's a place for just tipping a band. And I'll tell you for my part, if I buy a piece of merchandise and a shirt is $15, I'm going to hand the band a $20 and say, no, we're good. You don't need to give me any change, because I want to make sure that they're not only getting that, but a little extra gas money, some money to spend the night, maybe not in their van, maybe be able to crash at Motel 6.
Right.
I'm not talking about for arena acts. I'm not talking about for the folks who have 3 tour buses and a truck that's carrying their stage show. I'm talking about the grassroots bands, supporting them in that way. I think it's something that fans should at least consider.
I think that's a sound argument. I think many of the fans that go and see those bands would have trouble doing that, although they don't have trouble getting a T-shirt. I think the idea of, keep the change, that sort of thing, is not a bad idea. And these bands definitely sacrifice. I mean, one of my favorite local bands, a Canadian metal band, Carchaos, one of their members had to quit to go work a job to support a family. So, do you give up your family to go play on the road? I mean, that's a true love of music, but maybe they shouldn't have to do that, And I think if every fan adopted your idea, it would be very beneficial. And I've never really thought of it until you brought it up. And I do think of it kind of like a movie theater. Movies don't make money off the tickets. They make money off the concessions. And, the merch table is a great place to make money, but if you don't have a cool shirt, you're not going to get shit. And so why not? I mean, I may try to do that in the future. I don't think there's anything, there's nothing wrong with trying to help somebody else out. I love that fact.
Brian, I just think if I go to a restaurant, I'm going to tip the server. If I go get my hair cut, I'm going to tip the lady who cuts my hair.
Uh-huh.
I get so much more pleasure seeing a metal band perform in a club or bar. If I'm going to tip anybody, I want to tip the band that has provided me the most joy.
Does that mean that if they suck, that I don't have to tip them and I can get my money back?
I don't know that you should get your money back, but I think it's fair that if they suck, you wouldn't tip them. But honestly, I'm not joking. If you go see a band and they blow you away, they give you joy, they provide that music, why wouldn't you tip them? You tip your server at Applebee's who refills your drink. Tip that band.
Yes, I do that. As far as you know, I tip the server at Applebee's.
Okay, now you're sounding like an asshole. Don't say that, dude. Does your Applebee's drink taste like piss?
It's a little salty. This tea is a little too salty for me. No, that's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, it's not that crazy of an idea, surprisingly enough. I may try to do it, and I don't have a lot of money, but, if I get some merchandise, I may throw an extra, $5 in there. That's not bad.
And I don't think it's about having a lot of money. And these bands, the difference in a band making money or having to essentially pay out to play can just be a few dollars toward their gas.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You got to support the local music. That's one of the things that I've learned in through the podcast is, how desperate these people are to get out the gift they've been given of music and just to play. They love to play. They'll do it anywhere, anytime. We should support that, definitely. And I try to buy merchandise from every band that I go and listen to now. I got to tell you, it's good to be back. 80s metal, alcohol, and tipping bands are all good things. I vote yes on all of them. I have to say that you're a little more screwed up than when we last podcasted, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to save you, my friend.